New member to finally join the Bloodline, Roman Reigns' next WWE title defense officially announced. Triple H's latest WWE hiring, WWE working on Randy Orton's massive return. Bray Wyatt considered postponing final return for a heartbreaking reason. Major tease dropped surrounding CM Punk's potential WWE return. Roman Reigns' worst nightmare showing up on WWE SmackDown. Jimmy Uso vs. Jey Uso at WrestleMania 40 brutally bashed. Let's jump right into it. Roman Reigns' next WWE title defense officially announced. Roman Reigns' legendary title reign as the undisputed WWE Universal Champion is now officially over 1,100 days. The company has put forth a new challenge for the Tribal Chief with the announcement of his next title defense. Earlier this year, Roman Reigns had 3 back-to-back title defense bouts against Kevin Owens at Royal Rumble 2023, Sami Zayn at Elimination Chamber 2023, and Cody Rhodes at WrestleMania 39. He successfully walked out with the titles before shifting his focus towards the tag team titles. Over the summer, the Tribal Chief feuded with Jey Uso with his titles on the line at the biggest party of the summer. However, he was able to walk out of the event with the titles after Jimmy Uso appeared out of nowhere and turned on his brother. LA Knight's clash against Roman Reigns in Saudi Arabia at WWE Crown Jewel 2023 was announced today. This will be the Tribal Chief's 5th title defense of the year and Knight's first opportunity for the world title since he received his main roster call-up. What are your thoughts on the megastar of the Tribal Chief at Crown Jewel 2023? Sound off in the comments section below. Rumored endings to Roman Reigns vs. LA Knight at Crown Jewel. The announcement of Roman Reigns vs. LA Knight for the undisputed WWE Universal Championship at the upcoming premium live event, Crown Jewel 2023, has generated significant buzz among wrestling fans. This high-stakes matchup was officially revealed following an intense confrontation between Knight and Reigns during the previous episode of SmackDown. The tension between the two superstars escalated further during the main event, culminating in a decisive spear from the Tribal Chief that left the megastar reeling. As the match is announced for the Crown Jewel PLE, let's discuss 3 possible endings for the first time ever clash between Reigns and Knight in Saudi Arabia. Number 3. LA Knight shocks the world and becomes the undisputed Universal Champion at Crown Jewel. One potential conclusion to the highly anticipated match between Knight and Reigns could send shockwave through the WWE Universe, with the megastar pulling off a clean victory to dethrone the Tribal Chief. To level the playing field against the Bloodline, notable superstars such as John Cena, Cody Rhodes, and Jey Uso might provide crucial support to LA Knight if Solo Sikoa, Jimmy Uso, or Paul Heyman attempt to interfere in the match. If LA Knight emerges victorious and brings an end to the Tribal Chief's historic championship reign, it could serve as a transformative moment in the megastar's career, propelling him to the forefront of WWE's elite tier. While Reigns has previously retained his championship with assistance from the Samoan faction, the Crown Jewel PLE could mark a significant departure from this ending. Number 2. Roman Reigns retains after assistance from a new Bloodline member. Another potential outcome of the collision between Reigns and Knight could see the Tribal Chief emerge victorious, albeit with the aid of a new addition to the Samoan faction, potentially NXT's Ava. Recent teases from the company have hinted at a potential partnership between Ava and the Bloodline, particularly when the Special Counsel made an appearance on NXT. Ava's debut with the Bloodline could mirror Sikoa's main roster introduction when he assisted Reigns in his triumph over Drew McIntyre at Clash at the Castle in 2022. If Ava aligns herself with the Samoan faction, it could also pave the way for a future showdown between Roman Reigns and The Rock in the company. Number 1. Damian Priest cashes in his MITB contract at Crown Jewel. One surprising twist in the match between Reigns and Knight could be an unexpected cash-in from Damian Priest at the upcoming premium live event. The company has previously hinted at a potential cash-in from the Judgment Day member for the World Heavyweight Championship, but they might opt for a different scenario by having Priest intervene and cash in his money in the bank contract on the Tribal Chief instead. A cash-in from Priest could lead the match in various directions, potentially turning it into a triple threat scenario if he chooses to cash in during the match between Roman Reigns and LA Knight. If this situation unfolds, Knight might seize the opportunity to pin Priest and claim the title. On the other hand, if Reigns retains his championship against the megastar, he might be confronted with another formidable challenge in the form of Damian Priest. Triple H's latest WWE hiring. Legendary wrestling booker and manager Dutch Mantell recently gave his thoughts on Triple H introducing Nick Aldis to WWE. On the October 13 episode of SmackDown, WWE's chief content officer announced Aldis as the Blue Brand's general manager. The 36-year-old made his wrestling debut in 2004 and is best known for his appearances in Impact and the National Wrestling Alliance NWA. Speaking on his Story Time with Dutch Mantell podcast, Mantell explained why Aldis is the perfect replacement for Adam Pearce on Friday nights. Nick Aldis is a great talker. I think it's a good addition to SmackDown, and I think he's such a change from Adam Pearce. They can do a lot of bulls with Aldis because he's used to that stuff anyway. He does have a humorous side too. Plus, he's British, which I think he fits in perfect with that SmackDown bunch. Mantell worked on the TNA creative team during Aldis' second stint with the company in 2017. The veteran booker was also a creative creative team member when Aldis initially joined the promotion in 2008. Although he debuted in WWE as an authority figure, Dutch Mantel expects Nick Aldis to get involved in his own on-screen rivalry. In the immediate future, Mantel thinks Triple H might book Aldis to feud with Raw general manager Adam Pearce. I do believe they will be doing something between Pearce and Aldis. You know what he said? I look forward to our conversations in the coming future. I think we're going to see them at each other's throats. I miss Aldis in the ring. He was great in the ring, great in-ring talker. Of course, it could lead to that. On November 25, WWE will stage the Survivor Series 2023 Premium Live event in Chicago, Illinois. The annual show sometimes revolves around a Raw vs. SmackDown theme. If the brand rivalry returns this year, Aldis and Pearce will almost certainly feud ahead of the event. What do you think Triple H has planned for Nick Aldis? Let us know in the comments section below. WWE working on Randy Orton's massive return. A massive update has come out in regards to a WWE star's return after a long hiatus. Randy Orton has been away from TV for well over a year now. On the May 20, 2022 edition of SmackDown, the Usos defeated Orton and Matt Riddle in an undisputed tag team title match. This was Orton's final match before an injury took him out of action. As per a new report by WrestleVotes, the WWE legend is rumored to make a huge return at Survivor Series 2023 or during that same weekend. Regarding the Randy Orton return rumors, source states new merchandise and branding has been approved. Also, WWE will present a large social media promotion / digital material for the comeback. It's indeed happening. Likely Survivor Series with that weekend. Orton was doing some of the best work of his career as a member of RK-Bro. A lot has changed since Orton went on a hiatus. Matt Riddle's backstage problems finally forced World Wrestling Entertainment to let him go, and the King of Bros is no longer a part of the promotion. Orton is one of the greatest superstars of all time. Fans have been patiently waiting to see him make a big return, and he is bound to receive a huge pop when he finally makes an appearance. Are you excited for Orton's rumored return? Tell us in the comments section below. Bray Wyatt considered postponing final return for a heartbreaking reason. The late WWE superstar Bray Wyatt, real name Wyndham Rotunda, was almost ready to push back his thunderous final return for a very heartfelt reason. Wyatt was released by the Stanford-based promotion in 2021, and under the regime of Triple H, the star made his comeback at Extreme Rules 2022. He capped off a victory over LA Knight at Royal Rumble 2023 in WWE's first ever pitch black match. After the premium live event and a segment with Hit Row, the Eater of Worlds was on a hiatus until he passed away at the age of 36 in August 2023 due to a heart attack. Wyatt's real-life friend Jason Baker, who also helped create the Firefly Funhouse puppets and his Sinister mask, recently sat down with Metro.co.uk. During the conversation, Baker revealed how the former Universal Champion almost delayed his WWE return to say goodbye to his friend's grandmother, who had just passed away before Extreme Rules. An hour later, after I dropped him, Bray Wyatt, off at the airport, I got the call from my mom saying that she passed away. Shot him a text saying, "Hey man, I got the call." Without even skipping a beat, Wyndham goes, "Do you want to push this back?" Baker said. During the same interview, Jason Baker mentioned he couldn't ask the Eater of Worlds to call in sick on his first day of work. As a result, Baker and his effect team at Callosum Studios worked non-stop for 4 days straight to get everything ready for Extreme Rules. He revealed that Wyatt's unexpected return hints had been teased for weeks with the White Rabbit QR code trail until the star finally appeared wearing a terrifying mask after his Firefly Funhouse puppets came to life. "They just stashed us away all day. We couldn't leave the bus until it was time to go shoot. There was a lot of secrecy," he added. Baker added that the late 36-year-old was not just an amazing wrestler, but an amazing human and a friend. Despite the fact that Wyatt was ready to push back his WWE Extreme Rules return as a heartwarming gesture for Baker, the latter shared hearing the crowd reaction made it all worthwhile. What did you think of Bray Wyatt's sweet gesture for his friend? Sound off in the comments section below. Major tease dropped surrounding CM Punk's potential WWE return. CM Punk has been rumored to be heading back to WWE for several months since he was fired from AEW earlier this year. The former world champion left WWE back in 2014 and has since been outspoken about the company, but recent reports suggest that he is open to making his return. A recent WWE update on Instagram saw the USA Network drop another huge tease regarding Punk's return. This comes after several Punk quotes have been added to WWE shows, and Shinsuke Nakamura has even delivered a GTS twice. There have been reports that much of this is linked to stars going into business for themselves, and it could be argued that the USA Network wouldn't be aware of ongoing WWE decisions, but it's clear that something major is about to happen. Many fans have questioned why CM Punk is yet to make his WWE return if it is going to happen, since he is free to join any promotion he likes after being fired by AEW. The short response is that Punk is expected to make his return at Survivor Series, since the show will be held in his hometown of Chicago. Randy Orton is also set to return that weekend, which could overshadow any planned Punk involvement, but if WWE wants the desired reaction to Punk since he's returning for the first time in a decade, then this is the best place. Rumors currently suggest that talks with WWE and Punk have come to an end and he isn't set to return. But Survivor Series Series is a month away and a lot can change in 4 weeks. Do you think Punk will return to WWE? Share your thoughts in the comments section below. Roman Reigns' worst nightmare showing up on WWE SmackDown. Roman Reigns has made several enemies on his way to being the tribal chief on WWE SmackDown. However, Cody Rhodes is the best known at King Fingertips from dethroning his opponent. Unsurprisingly, their story is not finished yet. Last week's WWE SmackDown featured the long-awaited return of Roman Reigns, but it's no surprise that trouble came afterward. He got physical with LA Knight and John Cena in his return segment, and the show ended with him staring down Cody Rhodes, while Jey Uso stared down Jimmy and Solo Sikoa. Roman could come face-to-face with Cody once again on tonight's WWE SmackDown. During their exchange, Rhodes could say that he was coming for the undisputed Universal Championship one way or another, and he hasn't forgotten to finish the story. The events of this week's Raw could also be a talking point. Jey and Cody lost the undisputed Tag Team Championship to Damian Priest and Finn Balor due to Jimmy's interference. The American Nightmare could imply that Roman was getting into their business, and it's only fair that he does the same to the Bloodline. Rhodes and Roman had an intense rivalry that culminated at WrestleMania 39. Despite Cody's best efforts, Reigns came out on top due to the help of the Usos and Solo Sikoa. While in my mom's basement, the American Nightmare shared that losing to Roman Reigns at WrestleMania 39 was a mixture of feeling. However, the main thing he got out of it was that he had to get back and win. The only thing I learned was, well, I gotta get back. I gotta get back and I gotta win. I can't call it, I gotta win. That was bittersweet. I mean, more bitter than anything. The only thing I was trying to do was look at as many fans as I could and let them know it'll be okay. It was a very tense, awkward, cold feeling at WrestleMania 39, so it opens up opportunities for WrestleMania 40 perhaps to be a different feeling. The Tribal Chief has been absent from WWE programming since shortly after SummerSlam, and many events have occurred in the meantime. The most major is the merger between the Stanford-based promotion and the USC. However, Roman's creative process remained the same despite the management changes. He and Paul Heyman are also said to contribute heavily in this area. It remains to be seen how Roman and Cody's story will continue in WWE. Jimmy Uso versus Jey Uso at WrestleMania 40 brutally bashed. The WWE Universe isn't happy with the idea of Jimmy Uso facing Jey Uso in the main event of WrestleMania 40. At SummerSlam, Jimmy betrayed his brother and prevented him from winning the undisputed WWE Universal Championship from Roman Reigns. In the aftermath of the tribal combat, Jey joined Monday Night Raw and Jimmy seemingly rejoined the Bloodline on SmackDown. On this week's episode of Raw, Jimmy's interference led to Jey and Cody Rhodes losing the undisputed WWE Tag Team Championship to the Judgment Day duo of Finn Balor and Damian Priest. In the aftermath of Raw, fans were against the idea of the Usos squaring off in the main event of WrestleMania 40 Night 1. Some even claimed that Jimmy versus Jey was not main event worthy. Cody Rhodes opened up about he and Jey Uso losing the undisputed WWE Tag Team Championship on Monday Night Raw. Speaking on WWE Deutschland, the American Nightmare claimed he wasn't thrilled about the loss. Rhodes said, "We just lost the titles, which was not something on the plans, and here I'm wobbling around. I'm okay. I'm not thrilled at what happened. And I feel like fans of Jey Uso and myself are not thrilled. We were having such a fun thing, and for it to end abruptly, okay." Rhodes further hinted that his feud with the Judgment Day is far from over. He added, "But I will say this, I feel like I've been tested and looks like I'm going to be further tested by Finn Balor, by Damian Priest, by Rhea Ripley, by JD McDonough even, and of course I have to say Dom as well. They have tested me pretty much since like WrestleMania last year. It's a fun game to play. You don't want to be on the losing end, but it's a fun game to play." It remains to be seen how the feud between Jey and Jimmy Uso will unfold. Do you think Jimmy Uso versus Jey Uso will headline WrestleMania 40? Sound off in the comment section below. New member to finally join the Bloodline. Roman Reigns finally returned to WWE last week on SmackDown. He had a confrontation with LA Knight, which led to speculation that the megastar would challenge the Tribal Chief soon. In the latest Wrestling Observer newsletter, Dave Meltzer stated that Knight will challenge Reigns for the WWE Universal Championship at the upcoming show in Saudi Arabia. While it is not announced at press time, it has been confirmed and will likely be announced this week that Roman Reigns versus LA Knight will be the main event for the Universal title at the 11/4 Crown Jewel show, said Dave Meltzer. LA Knight has become the hottest superstar on the blue brand in recent time. If he faces Roman Reigns at Crown Jewel, then the company has to ensure that his popularity doesn't get affected if he loses to the Tribal Chief. With the Bloodline divided, Reigns will have to apply a new trick, this time to retain his championship. NXT superstar Ava, who is the daughter of The Rock, was seen being solicited by Paul Heyman to join the Bloodline. The faction has one less member since Jey Uso decided to part ways and join Raw. Ava could make her main roster debut and help Reigns defeat LA Knight in an unexpected manner. thus officially becoming a Bloodline member. According to Wrestling Observer Newsletter's Dave Meltzer, the inclusion of Ava in the faction could potentially have significant storyline ramifications if WWE could officially arrange a match putting The Rock against Reigns at WrestleMania 40. While the Brahma Bull made his return to the company a few weeks ago, he has not yet interacted with the Bloodline. The idea of her joining the Bloodline in some form could make sense both because she is considered part of the family, and also it could be used as a storyline if Roman Reigns vs. Rock match does take place at WrestleMania in 2024, said Meltzer. Upon his return, the Universal Champion is expected to face formidable challenges. Yet it's noteworthy that during this week's NXT, Paul Heyman was seen attempting to recruit The Rock's daughter into the Bloodline. If Ava were to join, she would be the faction's first female member, and it could also greatly enhance the career prospects of the 22-year-old while also setting the stage for The Rock as Reigns.
I can feel the blood creeping up from the heathens. Got will, got fight, got pride, got reason. If they wanna go eat, then you know I'm gon' feed them. If you're coming for me, hope you're ready for a demon. I got eyes in the back of my head, I'm seeing. Take